North Korea caused terror throughout Japan earlier this morning.
The DPRK is urged to immediately cease actions that violate.
North Korean regime is making provocative new comments this morning. State media is saying North Korea's recent series of missile launches was meant to simulate nuclear weapons to
We consider this behavior destabilizing, unhelpful, and irresponsible. And again, we call on the DPRK to cease these types of actions.
North Korea's recent missile launches were a simulation of the use of tactical nuclear weapons on the battlefield to strike and wipe out possible South Korean and US targets. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has said that he will do more provocative tests. North Korea has also been trying to make tactical nuclear weapons since at least last year, when Kim made it a top priority at the 8th Party Congress to work on making them. Since the 1950s, North Korea has shown an interest in advancing its nuclear weapon capabilities. When North Korea dedicated itself to what it dubbed all-fortressization around the year 1962, this marked the beginning of the hyper-militarized North Korea that exists today. The nuclear program may be traced back to this time period. However, the foundation for North Korea's uranium nuclear weapons program was set in the 1990s with significant assistance from Dr. A.Q. Khan. This helped North Korea lay the foundations for their program. Abdul Quadir Khan was considered a national hero in Pakistan for his role as the pioneer of Pakistan's atomic bomb program. Nevertheless, in the eyes of the rest of the world, he was a thief, a traitor, a smuggler, and a con artist. Dubbed as the Merchant of Menace on one Time magazine cover, with almost no mention or acknowledgement of his science or engineering background. According to the book, Nuclear Black Markets, Pakistan, A.Q. Khan, and the Rise of Proliferation Networks, Khan arranged the covert delivery of uranium centrifuges, enrichment devices, and technical data to North Korea over a period of many years. According to the author of the book, Mark Fitzpatrick, a number of Khan's transactions were likely related to formal agreements between the two nations, in which North Korea gave Pakistan with ballistic missile technology. In 2003, the United States learned that North Korea intended to construct a uranium enrichment plant with Pakistan's assistance. The next year, Khan acknowledged to operating a worldwide nuclear proliferation network, with customers including Iran and Libya. Khan then informed the German publication, Der Spiegel, that he was only representing the Pakistani government. He even released what he claimed was a 1998 letter from John Pyong-ho, one of the architects of North Korea's nuclear program, in which Pyong-ho assures Pakistan's army chief that $3 million has been transferred, and requests that Khan send the agreed documents, components, etc. Fitzpatrick wrote, "By selling enrichment equipment and distributing the blueprints on computer disks, Khan drastically decreased the technological obstacles to the construction of nuclear weapons." Abdul Quadir Khan even went on national TV and said he had given nuclear technology to other countries and asked for forgiveness from the country.
The investigation has established that many of the reported activities did occur, and that these were inevitably initiated at my behest. My dear brothers and sisters, I have chosen to appear before you to offer my deepest regrets and unqualified apologies.
Musharraf confirmed in 2006 that Khan had provided the North Koreans with almost 24 centrifuges, both the more primitive P1 model as well as the more sophisticated P2 model. The P1 and P2 designations relate to two different kinds of centrifuges that are used in Pakistan, with the P1 being the more advanced model. When Khan was working in the 1970s for the Dutch business Arenco, he took it upon himself to steal the blueprints for two different types of centrifuges, P1 and P2. With Khan's comprehensive list of the remaining components, North Korea was now in a position to acquire the machinery required to manufacture a uranium bomb. This is despite the fact that the country only possessed a relatively small number of centrifuges, which was far short of the thousands required for the cascades that are vital for nuclear weapons. Khan was subsequently pardoned by Pakistani leader Pervez Musharraf. Thomas Reed, former Secretary of the U.S. Air Force, is more knowledgeable about nuclear weapons than most individuals. He designed 2 of them while working as a weapons designer at the Livermore National Laboratory. Reed said, "When the Soviet Union surprised the United States with a test in 1961, it took 17 days for the United States to construct and test a device that had been available for years. Only 2 weeks and 3 days passed before the Pakistanis responded to the Indian nuclear tests in 1998. The Chinese provided Pakistani scientists with extensive training, brought them to China for lectures, and even provided them with the blueprint for the exportable Sheet 4 device." Sheet 4 is the code name for China's thermonuclear device test. The lecture notes were subsequently discovered in Libya, and the Chinese did the same for Saudi Arabia, North Korea, and Algeria. North Korea has tested missiles with increasing ranges, launching over 30 of them so far this year, including one that flew straight over Japan. It is believed that North Korea will shortly conduct another nuclear test. The most recent nuclear test conducted by North Korea took place in the year 2017. The yield of the explosion that took place at their test facility ranged from between 100 and 370 kilotons. The bomb that the United States detonated on Hiroshima in 1945 was 15 kiloton in size, but a 100 kiloton weapon is 6 times more powerful. The North Korean government said that this was their very first thermonuclear bomb, which is the most powerful sort of nuclear weapon. North Korea may now be planning to conduct a test of a more compact kind of nuclear weapon that packs the same amount of explosive power, which is a little warhead that can be mounted on a variety of missiles, including those with a limited range.